So hello again, this is Public Media Network and we are with...
Maci Gast.
Hello Maci. So we were talking a little bit about your art. I would like to know how does your art born, where does it come from? How do you start making art?
Yeah, so I kind of got a passion for my painting when I was taking a year-long class and I was working with my mom to do some natural dyeing, and it got me really into the colors that you can make just from your backyard, just everything you could do. And I already had a passion for art. I was taking very many art classes, doing it on my own, and I didn't really know much about watercolor, but I knew what I cared about and I wanted to bring light to like the earth and all the things that I believe in, and I just have been messing with it and it got me pretty far.
You mentioned that you're interested in earth, natural colors. Why natural colors?
So I make the natural paints to kind of bring it and to like tie it back to our earth and how like it matters and just how much it means to me, and I think that showing like a female figure also ties into that because it's like kind of a Mother Nature sort of thing, and it shows the cycles that have gone through the earth in order to create these pigments. And so I did a whole series where I painted like basically the process of these paints and how they came to be in order for me to make these paintings to tell people about it, and it's just bringing awareness to all of that.
That's interesting to say because it's not only about art, but it's also a statement about how we must take care of the earth, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I really like it because traditional watercolors and other like paint mediums can kind of be more of a, not harmful, but they're not like naturally derived and they're not exactly safe, and I think there's a lot of boundaries that we subconsciously have put on to watercolors, that it has to be some sort of store-bought thing, but these were all made from my kitchen or my backyard and just water, and I think that's really cool to just show people.
It is definitely cool. Can you tell us about some of the items and things you used for this particular painting?
Yeah, so for this painting I got commissioned by the COA Fund to make it, to show a whole story about the sunrise gathering. And so, for example, for the yellow, the bright yellows, I used turmeric. And then for the blue, I used an herb called butterfly pea flower. And then I used some charcoal, I used some beets, and I used some indigo. And that was pretty much it. And I just kind of mixed and just experimented from there.
So do you think your art may have an impact on our community, and how do you think the impact is?
Well, I hope so. I haven't really put myself out there as much as I could, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but this is kind of my first thing, and I really like telling people about it, so hopefully I can take it to more places the more that I open myself up to things like this.
Thank you. Thank you. And your artwork is really beautiful, and it's really interesting that you also give it a statement to take care of the world we live in.
So much. Thank you.
So hello again, we're here with...
Jasmine, or Nina Overholt.
Hello Jasmine, thank you for accepting this interview. Can you tell us why you're here?
Yeah, so I am here at Art Hop with my mother because this is kind of like a traditional thing that we've been doing ever since I was a little kid.
So, and what are you doing here tonight? Can you tell us a little bit about your participation in the event?
Yes, we were just walking around the downtown mall to experience a little bit of culture and art in the community.
And tell us a little bit about your outfit today.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm wearing a muumuu, which is basically like a nightgown, like pajamas, and I was just trying to be warm and comfortable.
Oh, well, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I liked it. What is the thing that you've liked the most tonight?
Well, so far, I really liked the jazz band down there with all the children playing music. That was really special.
Yeah, it was it was pretty cool. And also, you said that you've been making this a tradition with your mom. How long have you been doing this?
Oh gosh, at least since the early 2000s, like since I was 6 or 7 years old, as early as I can remember, I remember coming to Art Hop and hanging out with local artists and different marginalized communities and absorbing all the art and culture, because it's really difficult to find. It's difficult, but also not that difficult to find specific culture in America because it's a melting pot of different cultures. So, yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity to get some culture in the United States. I'm hosting an open mic at Satellite Records on Westnedge, and I'm going to talk about combating ableism and end-stage capitalism. I'm going to talk about the different forms of ableism and the ways people with disabilities face discrimination in nowadays society in 2025.
When you say open mic, you mean you're going to be making like an artistic intervention?
I'm going to say poetry. I'm going to recite some poetry that I wrote, and I'm going to list all the different types of ableism and try to come up with a solution that we as a society can prevent ableism from harming individuals and society as a whole in the current era, especially after the eugenics movement of like the 1930s and how that is kind of coming back, and how we can make sure that nothing like World War II or like the Holocaust ever happen again, because I think that primarily started because of this ableistic view of disabled people and different illnesses that people had that were not curable back before 1940 or 1950. I think it's really important.
Yeah, it is important for sure. And can you tell us again when and where this event is taking place?
It is on January 22nd, Thursday, January 22nd at Satellite Records on Westnedge in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Well, thank you very much, and we're gonna be back soon. Thank you for accepting this interview. Thank you. So we're back again. We're here with
Zaria.
Hello, Zaria. And can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're doing this evening here at the Art Hub?
Yes, so I am a co-founder of the COA Fund. We are an organization through the Kalamazoo Community Foundation. We're a component of them, and we have our annual Sunrise Gathering fundraiser here. It's for the first time, it's here this year in the Epic Center tomorrow morning, Saturday, December 6th, and so they extended the invitation to us to join for Art Hop here tonight, to open up just a few of the engagement activities, sort of tease a couple things that we're doing tomorrow, to open up to a wider group of people, to share in our Sunrise Gathering soundscape experience.
Can you tell us a little bit about the soundscape experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really founded on this idea of experiencing first, like really being present in the sounds of your day, whether that is what is around you and what you're receiving and what you're transmitting as well. So being really, really present in that. And from there, that idea grew for us. And so we have a lot of different components related to sound and what sound do you make in the world. That's our central question for this experience. So we have a lot of different components for that. One of our main engagement activities and performance as well is a sound suit originally done by artist Nick Cave, and it's a project that my sister Koa, this is all about and through Koa. She passed away in 2019, and so that's why we are the COA Fund.
That's a really interesting and philosophical question too. I would like to know, what kind of impact do you think that kind of questioning makes on the community?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the impact that we hope that it makes is one to maybe slow down a bit and be reflective. The key story that our sunrise gathering is built around is that my sister Koa, she was driving home in the back seat with my parents. They were coming home from the lake here during the summer, and she was looking out the window and just said, "Mama, Daddy, look outside, look at the sky. This happens every morning and every evening, and most people don't even notice." And so that right there is what we are hoping for people to access via this question of what sound you make in the world, to slow down enough to notice. And that's the base, right? That's the base of then the action that you want to take. So we want to create this space where you can slow down and notice, and then to inspire action. So the action that we have is we serve as this we want to be a facilitator of empowering youth, helping youth be valiant. That's what we are all about. So every dollar that is donated to us goes to local and regional organizations that in their own individual ways help youth be valiant.
PMN. Media for you, by you.